On the heels of election, a lot of people have been talking about tariffs and how they're going to affect the knife community. So I'm about to show you a bunch of knives from different brands that are tariff proof because they're all American made. So we're going to look at a handful of knives from companies that are making great American made knives. There may even be a couple honorable mentions. So let's go ahead and turn this around and take a look at knives that Trump's tariffs will not affect. Guys, the time has come for us to talk about tariffs and knives that aren't going to be affected by them. And this is absolutely something I'm doing just as clickbait. So we're going to start and we're going to look at this one right here, which is my personal favorite, the Microtech Knives Amphibian. You guys knew this was going to be here. And it's not just the Micro Knives Amphibian. This is a company that is making the majority of their knives, I think all but one model, in the United States. These are great. This one is my personal favorite. This is the Ramlock Amphibian. Absolutely the best knife I have ever purchased. It eclipses everything else. 100% American made. This one's in aluminum. M390 MK. It is a Ramlock, which is, in my personal opinion, the best crossbar lock you're going to find. It is super comfortable in hand, but all of their knives are amazing. I have several of their knives. I've owned a ton of their knives over the years, and they've all been stellar. If you like aluminum, they have probably the best aluminum on the market. Their aluminum and their hard coat anodizing on their knives, absolutely stellar. Just the overall look of their knives is amazing. And when it comes down to it, the quality you get in one of their knives is great. And their customer service has improved over the years to the point that it is one of the best customer service experiences you're going to have. They make amazing knives, and the fact is they have lowered their prices to a point where these knives are more affordable now than they were 10 years ago when I bought my first one. This one is under $400. This is $310, I believe, which is about $150 less than the first one, the first Microtech knife ever paid, and that paid for, or bought, I should say. And then you just have the overall quality of the workmanship. Super well done, beautiful finishes, great looking knives. They're using really good quality materials. And like I said, you just cannot go wrong with one of their knives. Microtech has had a kind of a hit or miss, a hit or miss popularity with the knife community, but I absolutely love it. And they're incorporating features now. They're got away from their proprietary hardware. They're doing reversible pocket clips. They're just really stepping outside of what they had been doing for years. So there you go. Microtech knives, most notably the Microtech Amphibian. Let's move on to the next knife. And I am going to tell you, some of these knives are on the more pricey end of the spectrum. And it's anything done by Olamic. So Olamic Knives is an American-made company. They're here in California. I'm actually friends with Eugene and Ilya, the owners of the company, father and son. You know, it's a family business, and their knives are just incredible. This one is in M390. This is the Sheep's Cliff Wayfarer 247. Now, this was a gift, and I've handled so many of their knives at shows. You guys know that I've talked with Eugene at length at shows, and their knives are always super high quality. Not just attractive. You can get baseline models. The nice thing is they are basically all custom done. Their knives are just custom knives, pretty much, and you can order what you want from them. They'll get it done. They'll get it shipped to you. I have several friends that have had knives made for them by Olamic, and they're always amazing. Their knives are so comfortable in hand. Their grinds are really good. Their heat treat on their steel is, bar none, some of the best steel you're going to get. And like I said, I can't quote you a price specifically because you basically go on their website and you build your knife. Action on their knives, amazing. If you could get one that has a pocket clip similar to this with that ceramic ball, one of the smoothest ones you're going to find. Lock up on their knives, there's never an issue. There's never slip or anything like that. They QA everything beautifully. And like I said, the fact that you can customize exactly what you want in your knife is incredible. And they're using super high quality materials. This one's M390 titanium. It's got ceramic ball bearings as the bearing race. They do use their own proprietary hardware on the pivots, but they are always just an incredible showing, and they're always fun to see what they've got available on their website with new designs and new types of patterning and things like that. So this is one of those companies where you can get into a baseline model as affordable as a lot of other companies, but then just customize your build up to be whatever you want. So there you go. Olamic, 100% one of my favorite companies, some of my favorite people to talk to at knife shows. And the next company that we're talking about here is Tactile Knife Company. Originally Tactile turned, they made pins. They still do make pins, but Tactile Knives, 100% American made in Texas. They're using American made materials, and they are great company. They are stepping outside of what a lot of American knife companies are doing, and they're really just hitting it out of the park. They've got all kinds of different models. They've got knives with the backlocks like this, which is the Chupacabra. This thing is great. I'm not a big fan of the locks, but if you're looking for an American-made knife company that's going to provide you one of the best quality products you've ever owned, this is a company to look for. They are just doing exceptional work. Their MagnaCut is done really well. I'm trying to love this knife, and I've gotten to a point where the only thing I don't like about it's the back lock, the super lock, but their other models are great. The Maverick was beautiful. I've seen a bunch of their knives at knife shows, and they've always been really accommodating. I love the fact that they are so proudly American made. God, their knives are just so well done. Aluminum on this is beautiful. You can check out their website and find all of their models there and see what they've got available. But if you're looking for just great blade shapes, they just did, I don't know how many of them are still available. They did a model, they redid a model of Bob Truzzuola's Mariner, the Mariner 2, I believe, which was one of the first models that Bob Truzzuola ever did, and they did a faithful reproduction of that. The guys are they're just knocking out of the park. They're just going to only get bigger. And if you've never gotten to handle one of their knives, you need to take the chance on them and just go ahead and purchase one because they are incredible. So let's go ahead and move on to the next knife company. You guys had to see this company coming. Reeve Knives. Reeve Knives has been making some of the best American-made knives for decades. They're made in Idaho. They're using quality materials. This is one of the best knives you will ever find. Now, this is my personal Reeve Sebenza Large 21. Their knives are so good, and I love them so much. I sold a Sebenza, and within days had went back online and found one and purchased another one. You're not going to find a more suitable knife for everyday carry than a Sebenza. Large or small, depends on what you're looking for. They're done in titanium. They use quality materials and quality materials in the blade. This one is S35 VN. I know they're doing some in, I believe, Maximet or S30, not Maximet, MagnaCut or S45 VN. They're hollow ground, so they're going to last a lifetime. And they have one of the best warranties on the market. They have other models that are every bit as good. I personally find that the Sebenza is the one that speaks to me the most, and they've done innovation over the years and changed things. They've changed things that they typically were doing, such as a titanium on steel lockup is now a ceramic ball detent, and combination lock interface that's going to last forever. They've changed the positioning of the pocket clip, but when you talk about the best pocket clip, best carry knife you're going to find, absolutely one of the best pocket clips, one of the most comfortable knives. The action on these, legendarily smooth and in hand. You just want to use it. Sebenza is the South African word for work, which means that it was thought out to be a work knife, and just simple, elegant simplicity on this. It is not just plain, but it's plainly beautiful. It's one of the best knives on the market. If you don't own one, you should go check one out. You should find somebody that has one and just try and test it out. So there you go. Anything done by Reeve Knives. So this next company is Spyderco. And Spyderco does a big portion of their knives in the United States. They have some that are done in Taiwan, I believe. Some of their lower models, they have some that are done in Japan. I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is the Golden Colorado Military 2 that I recently purchased in Crewwear, and this thing is by far the best Spyderco I've ever owned. They just do a good job. There are problems with Spydercos, yes, but you get a great knife when it comes to owning a Spyderco. The materials they use, top notch. This one is in crewware. Beautiful micarta on this. They just do an amazing job on everything they do. Their designs that have been around for years, they haven't changed. They are one of the most comfortable knives you'll ever hold in hand or put in pocket. They have a ton of models on the market, and a lot of them are an American-made product where you're not going to suffer a tariff. They have some of the best locks on the market. The compression lock on this knife, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The pocket clips, the industry standard, in my opinion. They were the first company that had pocket clips, and they just got it right the first time. They offer you tons of options, ambidextrous carry, tip up, tip down, regardless what you want to do. And their full flat ground knives are so piercing and sharp. Just a great, great company. They have multiple models that are available USA made. They have, if you want a self-defense knife, they have them. You can get knives with wave features. They do sprint runs all the time where if you want to pick in color. If you're somebody that wants to collect knives in multiple colors and multiple form factors, Spyderco is a brand you need to look at. I've called them the Yu-Gi-Oh cards of the knife world occasionally, but you still really are getting a great knife at a great price that is comparable to a lot of the offshore made knives. So there you go. Anything by Spyderco Knives. Anything by Spyderco, be it American made, Taiwan, it doesn't matter. You're going to get a great knife. And last but not least is Alex Steingraber over at Steingraber Performance Knives. He's making some of the best knives you're going to get. They are a good bit more pricey than some of the other options on this list, but that's because he's a one-man show. He's doing everything himself on a CNC. He's doing small batch runs, but he's taking the time to do it right. The best heat treat I've ever had on crewware goes to this and that Spyderco you just saw in the last segment, but just how thin his knives are behind the edge, how well they cut, comfortable in hand. This is another knife like the Sebenza that is just so simple but elegant in its simplicity. When you start cutting, this is a horsepower, this is a performance cutter. In pocket, it's nice and light. This is the only folding knife he currently makes, and they're done in small batch runs. So you do have to go over and you have to check out his website and make sure that you're getting on the mailing list, because that's the only way you're going to get notified that knives become available. I will try to put out information about these, but being a one-man show and getting knives out at this quality level and not compromising, there's a lot to be said for that. This knife is pretty innovative. If you like washers, you can swap out the bearings for washers on this. Just amazing. Just amazing, the options. That action is insanely smooth. One of the smoothest knives I own. This was a gift from Alex. He's also just a great, great person. He didn't give me this knife to pay me for a review. He gave me this knife after the review. So absolutely incredible. Check out Steingraber Performance Knives. He does have fixed blade models. If you look for these on the secondary market, they're going to be pricey. Even at his prices, they are on the pricier end of the spectrum, around $700. But absolutely, absolutely worth every penny that you pay for it. So guys, there you go. There was a bunch of American-made companies that are going to be tariff-proof. Let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and send you out about your day. There you go, guys. That's it on this one. Like I said, it's funny because it's been in the news cycle about the tariffs. It's already a long video. I'm not going to make this take any longer. You guys know what to do to support the channel. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you set it to all. You can use any of my affiliate links down below to support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra at checkout. Use the Amazon store, take that link, pin it to your browser. All of your Amazon shopping. And like I said, GP Knives, Knife Ship Free. I can't remember all of the ones that are down there. There's a ton of affiliate links down there. Just sort through them. I have 2 links down there that will save you 10% at checkout. That's Coffee Brand Coffee and Temper Trail. Both American companies, both small ownership, both great businesses. Coffee Brand Coffee, some of the best coffee you'll ever find. Temper Trail, great outdoor gear, laces, hand stitch wallets, things like that. I have 3 websites that you can use for purchasing knives that have a coupon code that you can use at them. It is crazysharp, all one word. It saves you 10% at Rosecraft Blades, Fair & Forged Knife Works, and KATSU Knives, who, by the way, are doing my first folding knife. I have a membership if you want to support the channel directly. You get early access to videos. I do exclusive content for those guys. And I have a public Discord down below. Technically, it's a gilded server, but it works the same way. You can reach out to me, ask me questions there, things like that. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next awesome knife video.